Welcome to Challenge Accepted on Where There's a Wills, There's a Play. I'm Ian. In this new series, I'm going to go and look for challenges other board game content creators have done and take them on myself. Today's challenge was set forth by the Brothers Murph 3 weeks ago, and this is the 1 game per box size challenge. I will link the video that they did in the comments below. I'm going to put a little twist on this. They were building the ultimate collection. I can't build the ultimate collection. I'm not that huge into the gaming world. I do have a lot of games. Most of mine are midweight and below. Not going to have any of those big, heavy games. So this is the 1 game per box size challenge with a twist of this is my perfect collection for my house, which is my wife and I. We play a lot of games together, but I play a lot of stuff solo as well, which means there's got to be a lot of games in here that can be played solo. And there's got to be games in here that she enjoys playing as well. So this is the perfect collection for us with 1 game per box size, although 2 at the Ticket to Ride size and 2 at the Euro rectangle size. Starting at the small, tiny game that's not even really a box. Maybe it's a folder, maybe it's in a little envelope, or a tiny little tin, the button shy / tin as they called it. This one was a tough choice for me. Thought about one that could be played multiplayer as well. But in the end, just the one that really jumped ahead was a solo only one that does have other content available that I could buy, and that is Rove. Really like this game. Really unique. You are playing your modules to move stuff around to make your little guy, your Rove, your results-oriented, versatile explorer move through a planet. So Rove is going to be my tiny, button-shy, tiny box. Next, small box card game. This one was tough for me. I went back and forth between a multiplayer, a solo, one that we played both. Ultimately, I chose one of my solo games that I just want to explore more. Needed a little bit of trick taking, so my small card box is for Northwood, a solo trick taking game. I like some trick taking. High school, I played a lot of euchre. I do really like the trick taking aspect. The fact that you can do it solo, a lot of fun. Had a tough choice between a couple different games here. Orchard was on the list. Uno was on the list, but had to go with a solo trick taking game. So that's 2 solo only games so far. Next category was the card game plus. So this is a little bit bigger than card game, mostly cards maybe, but I think this one fit into their category from what I was seeing in their explanation of the category. And this one is, wrong box. This one definitely fits into it. I was looking at the next game. This one I learned last year on my birthday at a board game cafe, and my wife kind of really liked it that I think I ordered it on Amazon immediately, like before we even left the cafe. They didn't have it in stock there, or I would have gotten it directly from them. But I ordered this immediately. It's just a fun one. Fun one with 2, fun one with more than 2. So that's Trash Pandas. Need a little bit of fun. So there's Trash Pandas. Now on to the next one, which is the small square rectangle, the patchwork size, and the rectangles that are similar to that. This one was a tough choice for me. I've got lots of roll and writes that fit into this category. It was really tough leaving the Ticket to Ride city versions off of this as well, because we got a lot of those, and Ticket to Ride is the game that kind of brought us into the modern hobby. I think the toughest one that left off of this was Rolling Realms, which is one of my favorite roll and writes. But I wanted one that I can play solo and that my wife also really enjoys as well. And that's going to be Long Shot, the dice game. Such a fun game. Very different than a lot of other games we have as far as the theme and everything. You're racing your horses around. Really fun, though. It's got a lot of variability because there's lots of different horses. You also have some track events that you can put in there. So long shot, the dice game, my small square / rectangle. Now we go on to the bigger square. And I don't have the box for this one. This was also an earlier game we bought. This one's an interesting one that my brother introduced to my parents, and my parents introduced to us, and none of them are gamers, board gamers at all. And it's one of my wife's favorite ones. I enjoy it as well. I love playing this game. We've played this more than I think anything, just because when we were early on, we played this a lot. It's very easy to get to the table. We don't have the box for it. We didn't keep the box for it, which I kind of wish we had. And then the bag ripped, so my wife knitted a bag for it. So in this bag, which the box size is the small box size, in this bag is actually Quirkle. So if you're talking the box size is accurate, but the game is Quirkle. Then we move on to, and going back to that one's really tough. Needed some tile laying. That size had lots of tile laying. Had to leave Azul off. Had to leave Cascadia off. Both were really tough to leave off. Honey Buzz, Dicer Island, Roaring Right. That was a tough category for sure. I kind of wish there was 2 in that category as well. The next is the Ticket to Ride size box, and that is your standard Ticket to Ride size box. We got to start right away with the name of the game that is named after Ticket to Ride. This was one of our first games. This game got us into the hobby. Still a classic, modern classic. Love this game. I would definitely have this in my collection. If we had people over, it's an easy one to get to the table, easy one to teach, light game. And if you're talking expansions and stuff, there's lots of expansions. And I don't know if this is cheat or not, but if I was talking Ticket to Ride and I just went with expansions and put the extra cards in, I'm pretty sure I could take the insert out of this thing and fit quite a few maps in there. And I really only need one full set of trains and the instructions and maybe a couple of other things. So I don't know, Brothers Murph, is that a cheat? Can I put the expansions in? If not, Ticket to Ride. The next one was definitely one that I play solo. It's from my #1 solo gaming company. It is up over here. You can't see it right now because there's a newer game from that company that is currently visible. But this game shot to the top of my solo game list for 2023, even though it came out very late in the year. I love everything about it. I love the mechanics of it. I love the worker placement, the bumping mechanism. So right over here, let's take Wormspan down for a second. Oh, you can see one of my Stonemaier cubes here. And apiary. Gotta definitely have apiary in this collection. Gotta have a Stonemaier game. And if I'm having one Stonemaier game, it's this. So there's my other game for the Ticket to Ride size box. Now we're on to our Euro rectangle boxes. And I just realized I have one in the other room, so I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Our main board game closet is in the living room. This is all my solo stuff, and there's another 2 cubes down here below me, and I got all my rolling rights in a desk shelf down here. This one's in the other closet, so I had to go and grab it. I just realized I didn't have it. This one is a wonderful light 2-player game. It can be played solo, although it is beat your own score. It can be played up to 5 people. I wouldn't play it with more than 3, honestly. It gets a little long, too much downtime. But this was my first Kickstarter. Love this game. Love the company as well. They put out really good games. My wife also plays it, gives us a worker placement we can play together. That's going to be Creature Comforts. All right, on to my next one. I needed to look for something that was going to give me a lot of content for not a lot of space, or for this size space. And I needed to get a rolling right in here because I love my rolling rights. And so we're going to go up here. Yep, got to go way up here. Get on the shelf. And that's going to be the Cartographer's Collector's Edition. Now, when I say replayability and I say content, I know this is just a Euro box, I have cartographers in here. I have heroes in here. I have all 6 map packs in here. I have every expansion mini pack in here, both skills mini expansions, all the ambush mini expansions. I have the new expansion that came with Stone Spine Architects. I have everything related to cartographers in here, which means there is so much replayability, and it's just such a fun, light game, but makes you think as well. So talk about replayability, fun game, lots of different, got to have cartographers on the list. And Thunderworks is another one of my top game companies, so this one definitely needed to make the list. And now we're on to the big rectangle. We're going back up top because my big rectangle is a game that had been on my shelf, on my list for a while. It's a little bit bigger than the cartographer's rectangle. So this is a big rectangle, a little bit bigger than the Euro rectangle size. This is actually the one that Brothers Murph had as their example. Lost Ruins of Arnak. Had this one on my radar for some time, but something about the look of it just always intimidated me. Finally looked into it late last year and watched a full playthrough and went, oh, that looks really fun. So bought it, learned it in January. Love it. Another worker placement, some resource management, some card drafting, lots of different elements in this one. Really good game. Then we get on to the big box. Now, we have one game that I think would be considered a big box, and that's the Ticket to Ride Legacy game. But we played through it already, so I don't know about keeping that on there. So this next one is a little bit of a cheat, but it does have a big box available. This came down to 3 games for me, and they're actually all sitting over on my shelves over here. And that's Isle of Cats, which they have the 1-minute setup box, I think it's called, where you can put all the Isle of Cats stuff in and play it. Love polyomino games. Love Isle of Cats. I play it mostly solo. Well, I play it only solo unless I play on BGA. Viticulture. I do own everything Viticulture. Tuscany's back there. Viticulture World is back there. I have all the little mini expansions. And the wine crate is available. So that one, if we're talking big box, let me go buy the wine crate. And then the other one would be Everdell, another game I really, really love, really enjoy, especially with the Mistwood expansion for solo. And there's the complete collection available. So I had to think to myself, which one of these games would I want in my collection, not only for solo play, but games that my wife might play with me and learn at some point. Or if I do have people over, would be very easy to teach and learn. And ultimately, I'm still going back and forth. This one is definitely tough. As much as I want Everdell in my collection, I just don't think I need all that content for it, especially since I play it exclusively solo. And even at 2 players, that's just a lot of content for me. So I'm going to go with the game that I do believe is probably going to be a little more accessible to more people. And that is Viticulture, along with Tuscany and Viticulture World. And to make this the big box, I'm going to buy the wine crate. Then it's technically a big box. So there you have it. There's my 1 box or 1 game per box size challenge. How'd I do, Brothers Murph? Anybody else? What games would make your list? Once again, my name's Ian. This is Where There's Wills, There's a Play. If you like this content and want to see more, please like and subscribe. Comment what you think about my collection. And tell me your own collection. And check out the Brothers Murph original video for this. See you next time.